Testing. I honestly don't know if the fact that I'm spending my Friday night doing a Q&A with questions written by ChatGPT is sad or innovative. I was looking at my YouTube studio today and it's literally been 98 days since I last uploaded. So I'm kind of glad that we didn't get to the 100 days mark because I feel like that's too official. But yes, I'm officially back. Not on a certain posting schedule or anything because I don't want to stress myself out too much, but I will be uploading videos again. Okay, I need to get used to filming again because this is really awkward. Earlier today, I was trying to think of a YouTube video to film because I wanted to film, but I was also I just don't know how to come back after 3 months of not uploading. This is the longest break I've ever done from YouTube. So I was I should just do a Q&A because I feel that's a good way to get back into things and tell people where I've been and stuff like that. But then I realized that I don't have enough subscribers yet to really ask people to send me Q&A questions because nobody responds to that type of thing. So then I had the brilliant idea of asking ChatGPT to write me a list of questions. And if you for some reason have not been caught up with the current things, ChatGPT is basically an AI search engine. So it's kind of like Google, but it's more personalized and really smart, and it really can answer a lot of detailed questions if you give them detailed enough prompts. So I'm gonna read out my prompt to you because this is so funny. I said, I have a YouTube channel themed around vlogs, lifestyle, Savannah College of Art and Design, and graphic design. I haven't uploaded in around 3 months and I want to make a comeback Q&A, but my audience isn't big enough to ask them for Q&A questions, so I was wondering if you could write some Q&A questions for me. And they said, sure, I'd be happy to help. Here's some potential Q&A questions for your YouTube comeback video. So specific. So they gave me 10 questions that were all pretty good, but I wanted to dig a little bit deeper and do a few different themes because I didn't want them all to be they were being too deep about creative stuff, and I just I didn't want the whole video to be creative themed. So I also asked them, could you make me a few more questions asking about my personal life over the past few months? Could you give me some questions about things I've been interested in recently? And also, could you now ask me some random questions not having to do with creativity? So I have a wide variety of questions to answer tonight. So let's just get into it. I also got this new microphone. If you didn't notice, I need to make sure I'm keeping it by my face because I haven't used it yet, but it's from Target. It was only $20, so it's just a fun little prop, I guess. My first segment is life. What have you been up to during the past few months when you haven't been uploading videos? So yeah, I haven't uploaded since November. One, I was just kind of having trouble coming up with video ideas and I wasn't feeling very inspired. And two, I decided to take a little break over Christmas break just so that I could enjoy the break. But then when I came back to school for this winter quarter, I was still not really feeling it. And I was also last quarter, I got a little bit too stressed out having to upload a video every week. It was just very time consuming. I would spend an hour a day editing the video and sometimes I just didn't feel like doing that. So I decided to just take a break until I felt like coming back, and also just take a step back and think about what types of videos I wanted to do because I wasn't really liking the most recent videos that I've done. So what have I been up to? Let me answer the actual question. What have I been up to? Over Christmas break, I had a very good break. I just did a lot of fun things, relaxed, literally didn't do anything important. Then I came back for school at the beginning of January, and I've just been doing classes, just kind of chilling, not putting too much on my plate because last quarter I did get a little bit too stressed out. Question number 2, have you traveled anywhere interesting or unique recently, and how has that experience influenced your creative work or personal life? Over Thanksgiving, I went on a cruise with Carolina, Enzo, my family, and their family. And the cruise went to St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Thomas, but we spent time around St. John. And I was gonna vlog that week actually, but then I don't know, it was just hard to vlog on a cruise. And also the cruise, so many things happened. so many story times can come out of that.
There are times when you need extra help, and today's one of those days. We're sailing back to Florida because the cruise is ending, but we had to turn around for an emergency stop in Puerto Rico because there's somebody that needs attention that they just can't quite get on a cruise ship.
It was very, very crazy cruise, and I'd never been on a cruise before, and I don't plan on going on another one in the near future, at least. I had never really been to an island before except for Jamaica, but it was just like so cool. I felt like I was in a movie. It was just cool to see that type of place. And St. Kitts and Nevis is a really cool country, like very unique. So I really enjoyed that trip. How do you stay motivated and positive during challenging times? Really, this whole year so far I've been like kind of off. Like last quarter, I was just like getting stressed out for no reason. Also, our apartment doesn't have a lot of natural sunlight, so that was kind of affecting me a little bit. And it was also affecting my videos. That's also why I didn't upload a ton, because there's just like no sunlight in my apartment, and natural light is like really important. It's like a crucial thing in my videos. But my roommate and I are planning to switch units next year, so that will hopefully be good. But I've just been focusing more on like not stressing out too much about things that don't really matter, and also just like taking more time to do like self-care related things and things that I enjoy doing, and also like not forcing myself to do things that I don't want to do, aka filming YouTube videos recently. I've also been trying to have like less screen time, because I realized that on days that I'm just like sitting on my phone, I just like feel really bad. And I try to like get outside more and do things with friends more, so that I'm not just like cooped up in my apartment like I kind of was last quarter. Question number 4. Have you picked up any new hobbies or interests during this time? And if so, what are they? I haven't really picked up any new hobbies. I have gotten back into some old hobbies. I just bought a keyboard a few weeks ago because I had really just been wanting to get back into piano again. I've been playing the piano since I was like 5 or 6 years old. And I just like missed playing it. And one of my neighbors actually, like somebody who lives either like above me or beside me, they were playing the piano and I can like hear it. And one night I just like heard them playing it and I was like, wow, that's so, and I was like, man, I wish that I had a keyboard. So then eventually like a month later, I finally bought one. And I definitely want to like start practicing that more and get better at piano, because I haven't really like improved much in the past like 7 years, more like 5 years. Question 5. What are some of your favorite books, podcasts, or websites that you've been into recently, and why do you enjoy them? Books. I just read The Fault in Our Stars like a month ago, because I think I like wasn't allowed to read it when it came out in 2012, and I just really wanted to like unlock that 2012 Tumblr era again. So I read that and that was good. Podcasts. Not anything new. I listen to like Emma Chamberlain's podcast a lot, which is really good. It like never gets old. Websites, I feel like it's just wanting me to say like ChatGPT or something. Like who has a favorite website? 6. What are some personal goals you've set for yourself in the next few months or years? I definitely want to like obviously get into YouTube again. I want to like be more intentional with my videos and kind of like plan them out more and evolve my style. I definitely want to get an internship this summer in graphic design. Not any like other huge goals, just doing college. All right, so the next segment is going to be design and SCAD related questions. So number 1, have you been learning any new skills or taking any classes recently, and how have they impacted your creative pursuit? So the current classes that I'm taking this quarter are Culture to Context 122, which is like an art history class. It's from like 1400 to modern day. And then I'm taking Typography 1, which is super exciting. I love typography and it's been really fun. I feel like it was just like one of those staple classes that I saw like when I was planning out my college degree. Like I saw typography in the list of classes and I was like, whoa, that's so cool that we can like take a class about that. And now I'm like in it and it's weird. I'm taking graphic design media management, which is basically where you like learn all the software, so like Photoshop, InDesign, and Illustrator. And the projects in that class have been really cool. I made a liquid cat on Photoshop, which I'm very proud of. Question 2, what are some of your favorite Savannah College SCAD memories, and how has the school influenced your creative pursuits? Man, they're really interested in my creative pursuits. One of my favorite memories is the SCAD Film Fest. I think that's just like a super cool thing that not every college has, obviously. In October that happened, and this year I actually went to like a few of the screenings. I saw The Menu before it came out. I saw Knives Out, Glass Onion before it came out. I saw Wendell and Wild before it came out, and I saw this other movie that was created by a SCAD professor, which was really good. But yeah, it was just really cool to see like all these movies before they came out, because I felt like so special, because then I would like go and watch a YouTube video and I'd get an ad for The Menu, and it's like coming out in 1 month, and I'm like, I already saw that. I don't think there's any like huge memories, but it's more just like everyday things like classes and going to the beach. Yeah, just doing things with friends. Being at SCAD has definitely like impacted my creativity, because I feel like I just have a bigger appreciation for art in general, like even just movies. Like I've gotten more into like analyzing movies. I also think like learning art history has been really fun. Like I really enjoy my current art history class, and it's so interesting. I used to look at artwork and not really understand like the time period that it was in and like the meaning behind it, but it's just so cool like thinking about the meaning behind artwork and how there actually is like such a meaning behind lots of artwork. How do you balance your personal life and creative work, and what strategies do you use to stay productive and motivated? I don't know, I just try to like plan out what I'm doing and like work on things in chunks. So if I have to do a project, I'll do like a phase of it every day or whatever, and the professors normally do a good job at like having certain checkpoints due at certain times. Thank goodness, because if not, I would literally save it all for like the last 3 days, and that would be terrible. Like I'm so glad. So I try to like break it up and not have to do too much in one sitting, because that just like is terrible. Unless I'm like in the flow and I want to be doing it, that works out. I think a strategy that I've been using recently is like taking a break and like totally pushing aside a project and waiting till the next day, because there's something about like your subconscious brain is still thinking about the project and it's figuring it out for you. So if you're stuck, you can just take a day off, and then you'll come back and you'll most likely like find the solution to it, because your subconscious has been planning it out the whole time. Question 4, what are the biggest challenges you faced in your creative journey, and how have you overcome them? Recently, it's been feeling like a little bit burnt out, not like 100% burnt out, but just like having to constantly do creative projects is hard. So like, as I've said, taking breaks and stuff is definitely helpful to stay motivated. Also like some imposter syndrome, like even though I've had like all these accomplishments and like I've grown in my designs and stuff, I still sometimes feel like I'm not good at it. I don't even know if there's like a way to solve that, because I feel like everybody just experiences that. So I guess that's how I overcome them, is knowing that like everybody feels that way, and even the people that I really look up to also feel that way, so it's whatever. Question 5, have you discovered any new artists, designers, and creators who have inspired you recently? If so, who are they, and what have you learned from them? I have to pull up my phone because I'm following a lot of these people on my design account on Instagram. Ooh, I have a good one. Oh my gosh, okay. I'll do 3. I'll save the best for last. So first, there's this graphic designer that I've been following for a while called James Kaufman Design. He does these really cool like illustrations and cool typography with like this ink bleed effect, and he kind of inspired some of the stuff that I did for my like Caldera Chocolate Company project, if you remember that from my last video. He also just recently came out with a Zara collection, so that was pretty cool. There's also this account that I just found recently. Her Instagram handle is The Life of Avax, but she does these like really cool photo shoots with her kids and like photoshops them like crazy. I don't even really use Photoshop that much, but like I would love to make something that is that cool. Finally, I really like the band Fleet Foxes, and the lead singer is Robin Pecknold, and his brother is named Sean Pecknold, and his brother is like this animator and designer that does all of the Fleet Foxes music videos, and he like animates these crazy things. At first I thought that like they were computer animated, but that they just looked really like kind of handmade, but I found out that he does all these things with like paper, most of them with paper, some of them with like clay, I think. And I watched the video for the shrine / an argument, and it's just like the craziest thing ever. You should go watch it. All right, so now we have a few questions in the YouTube segment. Also, can we talk about how like specific these ChatGPT questions are? Like how, like I just put in a few keywords and they're asking questions that are like very specific to what I normally talk about. Number 1, what inspired you to start a YouTube channel and how has it evolved over time? I definitely have like always wanted to start a YouTube channel. Like when I was younger, like 10 to 15 years old or whatever, I was obviously in the 2012 to 2016 YouTuber era of all the big people like Alicia Marie and Aspen Ovard, and I like always wanted to be like them and have a YouTube channel. And I even remember once like I did this school project in I think 8th grade we had to do like a book review, but I like I read Sierra Furtado's Life Uploaded book and then I did a book review on it, but for the review I made a video and I like pretended to be a YouTuber because like the book is about a YouTuber. So yeah, then I started my YouTube channel when I was 16. Just like following the trends, like eating the suggested serving size for a whole day or whatever. And then I think my YouTube videos started to evolve into the more, especially over COVID, like the more like productivity, aesthetic videos, And currently like now my college videos, obviously that has evolved my YouTube channel a lot because I've gotten most of my views from those and that's how I got monetized. Question number 2, what are some of your long-term goals for your YouTube channel and creative work and how do you plan to achieve them? I think my long-term goal for my YouTube channel is to get to like 300,000 subscribers. I don't want to have like 1 million subscribers because I think that's too much. Like I feel like 1 million subscribers is the point where you're out and like a ton of people recognize you. One of my favorite YouTubers is, seeing how many subscribers she has, Nicole Raffi. Her videos are like so good. She has 541,000 subscribers because I feel like that would be a good like side job to make more money. I definitely want to like have a very established YouTube brand and like make unique videos. So I'm kind of still working on figuring out like what I want that to be. I think it's just like a slow process because all the YouTubers that I like obviously started out like how my first video started out and then they eventually progressed and like I see my YouTube videos getting better quality like over time. So I think like I'll eventually get there. It's just not something that has to happen like overnight. So now for the random questions segment. What are your favorite hobbies or activities outside of your creative work? Definitely like reading. I also like to, go to coffee shops with friends. Dude, I'm trying to think of like what I do in my free time. I like to, like go to events, like going to musicals and stuff. I went to see Cats a month ago. I went home for the weekend and saw Cats, and I'd seen it when I was younger, but I wanted to see it again because it's one of my favorite musicals, and I love anything created by Andrew Lloyd Webber. I went to see that. That was amazing. I just love musicals. I'm going to see Moulin Rouge in 2 months. So that's exciting. I'm very excited because it's my favorite movie. I also just like exploring the area of Savannah. I take a lot of walks to like River Street and Forsyth Park and just like going to new restaurants. Number 2, what are your favorite TV shows or movies to binge watch? I don't really binge watch movies or TV shows. I did do a binge watch of like Baz Luhrmann movies a few weeks ago because he's my favorite director and he directed Moulin Rouge. But I had never watched his Romeo and Juliet movie, so I watched that and it was very Moulin Rouge and I loved it. And then afterwards I watched The Great Gatsby because I had seen that before, but that was before I like knew who the director was and like before I had watched Moulin Rouge. So I watched it again just to like see the similarities, and it's definitely like not as crazy as his other movies. The soundtrack is just so good. And some TV shows that I've been watching recently. I have been getting more into TV shows recently, actually. Over Christmas break, I was watching The Chosen, which is a really good show. Near the beginning of this quarter, I was watching Jenny and Georgia, which I love that show. It's so good. It's like the high school parts are very cringy, but it's just like the plot's pretty good. Like it's a pretty good show. And then I started watching Parks and Rec. I'm like in the second season of that. And then now I'm watching Outer Banks because that just came out. And this season's actually pretty good. Question 3. What is your favorite food? And do you have a favorite restaurant or recipe for it? Pad Thai, drunken noodles, and pho. There's this restaurant in Savannah called Flock to the Walk. If you have not been there, I highly recommend it. It's my favorite restaurant in Savannah. It's so good. Like, oh my gosh. What is your favorite type of music? And do you have any favorite artists or bands? Glad you asked. My music has been all over the place this past year. Like, I don't even want to look at my Spotify Wrapped. 2022 was a crazy year for my music taste because I was listening to like the Moulin Rouge soundtrack, but then also like Fleet Foxes, Declan McKenna, of course, Taylor Swift. But like a lot of the Moulin Rouge soundtrack is like in the top areas of my top songs playlist. Oh, also went to see Jesus Christ Superstar over the past summer, and I like love that musical. So I listened to that soundtrack a lot, but it's so good. I can make a whole video about music because yeah, I just love music. But the band Inhaler just released a new album 2 weeks ago, and they're like my favorite. I love them so much, and I've been listening to them since like 2020, but then their new album came out, and then after that I like started only listening to them. You know, like their new album is just so good, so you should go listen to them, or don't, because I don't want them to get bigger because I'm gatekeeping them. But I'm going to their concert in a week, and I'm so excited. Like, oh my gosh, there's a whole story behind it because I got tickets, but I didn't have anyone to go with, and I like was asking all my friends, and I literally could not get anyone to go with me. But shout out to my friend Brooke. Brooke, if you're watching this, thank you for coming with me, because if I couldn't go, like, I don't know what I would have done. Finally, what are your plans for the upcoming weekend, and how do you like to relax and recharge after a long week? Tomorrow, I'm actually going to go to the beach with probably my roommate and then my suite mate from last year, Lily. It's finally like warm enough to go to the beach, so I'm really excited to do that. Probably just gonna go for like a few hours and just like gonna get some homework done. So yeah, thank you ChatGPT for writing Q&A questions that I could not have gotten from anywhere else, because they're very thought-provoking, and they also helped to recap everything that's been going on in my life recently. Let me know if I should do some more ChatGPT videos, because this is kind of fun. Like, I don't know, I still don't know how I feel about the whole AI thing, and especially not AI art. Like, I don't know, but it can be useful for some, you know, things like this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Comment down below any other questions that you have for me. And I should be back pretty soon with another video. I'm hoping to film a vlog when I go to the Inhaler concert. See you guys in the next one. Bye guys.